Yeah. So this is the assignment which was given to you. And in case you go through all the subsheets, it gives you a good sense of why this assignment is given. The two aspects we're assessing you on. One is how well you can understand the keywords that suit up a certain organization. And you were given a hypothetical organization to work on, as an imaginary organization was given to you as a part of this project. And second one is we'd like to see how well you can write a copy which can drive the traffic into your website. So there again, a hypothetical organization is given to you guys. So now the idea is when we hire a fresher, we understand that the freshers are very basic skill set, but we'd like to understand your thought process. We'd like to understand how you guys figure things out. So that was the design of the assignment, to assess how you guys, figure things out by yourself. Now, as you can see, that's basically what is written here. So this project is with a company which is playing a big role in the manufacturing space. They've got some marquee clients like Toyota and so on. So they've got a lot of business from their network. But now
Sir, I can't see your screen clearly.
Sorry?
I can't see your screen clearly, sir.
Okay, is it the same for everyone else as well? Or okay, you're probably having some network issues. Looks like others can. I'm anyway recording it, so I can give you a copy of the recording.
Okay, sir.
So yeah. Now, as I was saying that this particular company, which is the project is with this company called 12th Wonder. They've got a lot of business from their existing network. If you see their website, you'll get some understanding of the kind of clients they have and the kind of work they're doing. It's kick-ass technology where automobile companies can automate a lot of their testing processes through their software. Now, the company has been doing impressive revenues. They're working without external investment. They're bootstrapped. Bootstrap companies are usually of very high quality because without needing too much of external investment, they're already doing a lot of revenues. So now the company wishes to grow to the next level, which is where the growth hacking unit is being set up. And on the growth hacking front again. So this is a product where there is already a demand in the market. There's a very strong demand in the market. So when there's a strong demand in the market, you'd want to go for intent-based marketing, not push marketing, but pull marketing. So that's where search engine marketing plays an important role, because there are people who are already very interested in this sort of a product. So how do you drive the traffic of those individuals who are looking out for a solution like this to 12th Wonder, so they can come, they can discover what 12th Wonder is about, and then maybe get on a call with somebody from the sales team. So the objective is to drive a lot of traffic to the website and generate leads from that traffic, right? So now we've given you task 1, where we'd want you to pick up some keywords, understand what is the existing traffic. There are, plenty of tools online. If you've done some basic reading about search engine marketing, I'm sure you'll be aware of a lot of tools online. You can pick up any of those tools and understand what is the kind of search volume for each of those keywords. And then it's very important for you to explain why you've picked this particular keyword, right? What is your thought process while picking this particular keyword? That's the format we're looking at. And then now when you try this overall strategy with 10 different keywords, right? While you're coming up with individual keywords, you don't just want keywords. You want a holistic strategy, right? You want an overall strategy for why you pick this keyword. So the paragraph which is given there, right? There's a space which is given for you to describe your overall strategy. So that's a space where you can describe what is your thought process, because different marketeers have a different thought process. Like here, we're talking of what is a company. So you're given a company which is a alternative to ClickUp or Jira, which is into project management. Now, somebody could have a thought process which is like, I will target those individuals who are looking for project management or looking for productivity, who are looking for speed of delivery and so on. So their overall thought process could be around people who are trying to, drive productivity. Or there could be another thought process where somebody is trying to target those users who are trying to bring efficiency to their processes, who are trying to, make sure that the teams are implementing the processes well and the quality issues are fixed. Now that's a very different strategy, right? You're looking at people who are coming in for fixing their quality issues through a project management software by ensuring that people run their schedules really well and get the desired results. Somebody could be looking at, speed of delivery. So both of them represent a very different, thought process. So you can describe the thought process here. Now, how do you think about this problem? What are the parameters you want to look at? So one hint you're given is, how are you balancing both high volume and niche? Now, why is it that we've asked you to balance high volume and niche? See, there are some keywords where maybe the volume is very high. But when the volume is very high, the competition also might be very high. There are some keywords which are niche. When they're niche, the volume may be low, but the competition is also low. So your, overall cost might be lesser. So as a portfolio, right? When you look at multiple keywords as a portfolio, you'd want to have some keywords which have high volume so that you get traffic from there. And you would want to have some keywords which are niche so that which maybe they do not have too much of competition. You're the only player who's bidding for that. So when you're the only player who's bidding for that keyword, your cost might be lesser. So one question we're asking is, are you mixing high volume keywords with niche keywords? So if you're picking something because it is niche, in your thought process, you can describe why you picked that niche. That's again thought process, right? So now that's the first hint given to you. Second hint is, are you looking at only one angle or are you looking at different angles? So like when you say project management, are you only looking at people who are like, I need a good project management software, the ones who are looking to download a project management software for their team? Or are you looking at people who are trying to solve their productivity issues? Or are you looking at people who are worried about software delays? So these are very different angles through which you can bring traffic in, right? Very different ideas. Now we would want to see in all your keywords that you're using different angles, because if all your thoughts are around the same angle, that may not work. If one thing doesn't work, everything will collapse. It's like keeping all your eggs in the same basket. That's one problem, that you're probably keeping all your eggs in the same basket. Or even if all 10 of them work, suddenly there's a change in the trend in the industry and you don't know where to go because all of them are very similar. So, one of my faculty, I come from a science background. One of my biology faculty used to say, it is not the number of tigers which are left which matters. It is the diversity of the tigers which are left which is matters. Because if all the tigers are of the same kind and there's some disease, something like COVID or something comes out, all of them would die. So when you look at your keywords as well, it is not just about having many keywords with so much of search volume. It's important to have the diversity in the angles through which you're bringing those keywords, right? So that's what we're looking to assess. Are you having different angles? So in your thought process, you can mention that here I brought a very different angle to my thing. Next, using the tools, are you trying to analyze what are the words which your competitors are using, right? You go to the website of the competitors, you see the metadata on their website. From the metadata, you can understand what are they using to drive traffic in. Their search engine optimization would have been done for some keywords. So you can look at, when I've given you a hypothetical company, which is a project management company, ClickUp, Asana, Jira, there are so many tools for project management today. Can you look up about a lot of those tools and do your research of what keywords they are using for their traffic? That's another hint which is given, right? So some of your keywords can just be what the competitors are trying, if they're working for your competitor. So in your thought process, you can say that this competitor is using it and is working very efficiently, and the keyword is working really well. So you can mention that in your thought process. And last is, there are certain keywords which bring in traffic every day, but there are certain keywords which bring in traffic seasonally. So now those keywords which bring in traffic seasonally may work only once a month or something, but might give you a lot of traffic. Let's say there's a keyword which you'd use during Christmas or some festival which is coming up, could bring in a lot of traffic. You wouldn't want to ignore that, right? You'd say, okay, this every day is not a Sunday. Every day I don't get to use this keyword, but the day I use it, I might get good returns. So are you looking? So, we would want to see the angles from which you can think. So, and whatever angles from which you're thinking, you can represent that in your individual reasons and your overall write-up also. You want to understand your mind. You want to understand how you're going about things. I repeat once again, all of you, please keep your videos on. I see that there are 5 individuals with videos off. The folks with videos off would be removed from the meet. I've announced quite a few times. The folks with videos off would be removed from the meet. There are 3 more folks with videos off. You have 15 more seconds to get your videos up. Otherwise, you'll be removed from the meeting. Now, let's go to the second task, right? So over here, we're looking at the copy that you use, right? Now, you can actually mention which keyword you're using this copy against, right? The same copy may not work against all keywords, right? Let's say you've used a keyword called quality. Do you want to increase the quality of your team's output? So there, the kind of keyword you'd use, the kind of copy you'd use would be different. In some other place, you might use efficiency. So your copy for efficiency and your copy for quality keyword could be very different. So we'd like you to explain that, okay, for this keyword, I'll use this copy. For this keyword, I'll use this copy. That's how you can bring in, your thought process. And why again, the same format, right? We want to know the why. And I hope by now you understand that more than the correctness of your keyword, we are more interested in this section because we understand you guys are freshers. We understand that you guys might need more mentoring before you can produce work of industrial quality. But before that, we want to see how self-driven you are. We'd like to see what are the kind of ideas that you have. What are the angles with which you can, approach a problem and how you can learn. Because see, look, I've given you hints in the worksheet. Now in this video, I'm explaining you what those hints are, and you can also ask me questions to clarify right now. So beyond this, all we will look for is how well you can grasp these ideas and how well you can think from different angles, do your research, improve your assignment, and then submit it, right? And those who submit the assignment, after your video reflection, you'll be invited to the observation process. Once you're invited to the observation process, during the observation process, again, DeepThought team would help you improve your thought process. And thus, by the time you meet the project lead, by the time you meet the project lead, in the observation process, you would have already learned what kind of thought process is needed in an innovation setup. And then you will be interviewed by the project lead. And if the project lead likes you, you're hired for the role. So we have this observation process before someone meets a project lead, so that you inculcate that mindset before meeting a project lead, right? So our intention is, even if we reject a person, we want somebody to gain by participating in our selection process. That's how we run all our selection process. I hope I've explained the task 1 and task 2 clearly. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask your questions now. Ask your questions so that you can, submit a high quality assignment.
Yeah, Tarun already submitted the task. This is Hainandili.
So you can do your video reflection and then come in for your observation. So once you come in for your observation, the team will again review your assignment, give you some feedback. And in the observation process, you will be encouraged to learn what kind of thought process is needed in an innovation company. If you've already submitted the assignment, you can proceed to round 3, round 4.
Okay, sir. So if I want to get some editing of the data, I can do, right, sir?
Absolutely, you can improve it. And once you come to observation, you can meet other individuals in the ecosystem. You can get their inputs. And through the inputs, you can again improve your assignment. And by the time you meet the project lead, you will have a much improved assignment.
Sure, Tarun. I will.
Hi, Tarun.
Yeah, hi, Uppal.
Yeah, so I got the assignment today in the morning. So is there any deadline by what time or by what date I have to submit the assignment?
Yeah, we would appreciate if you can complete it by, say, Wednesday, because we're looking to close this vacancy soon. So you can complete it by this Wednesday.
All right, sure. Thank you.
Question?
Okay. Hi.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Your video on.
About the keywords.
Please keep your video on. Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Okay, about the keywords. I want to just put only the keywords, or we explain why we choose the keywords also. We are just list the keywords for the tax 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I got your question, but if I understood your question correctly, you're asking how do we go about listing the keywords, or?
Yeah, like I said, about the keyword for the tax 1, are we just listing the keywords, or we are explaining them also?
So as I explained just now, we'd want you to explain your thought process behind the choice of the keyword. And we'd want the thought process to inculcate these 5 ideas which are mentioned on the right side, right? Where we'd want you to have some keywords which bring in daily traffic, some keywords which may bring only occasional traffic, but can bring a lot of traffic. We'd want you to do competitor analysis for your keywords. We'd want you to bring in different angles in your keyword, right? And as I mentioned, different angles, competitors, keywords, and maybe there is one keyword with a lot of value. You can bring minor variants around the same thing to see how that changes, right? For example, you're talking of efficiency. Around efficiency itself, you can bring minor variations, right? Something which is high efficiency, efficiency. So those are two different keywords, right? Something like that, you can look at minor variants of a keyword which you think is going to work really well. And we would want you to try both high volume keywords and niche keywords, because niche keywords might have low competition. So we'd want the diversity, right? We'd want a good portfolio of keywords that you arrive at. Because when I see that some individual thinks from different angles, does that research and comes up with keyword, I know this is an individual who's very serious about the work and who's super passionate about the field. Somebody who just wants a job will just write a few things and leave it. I'd want to see the quality of your research, right? How well you can think. Again, I repeat, it's your thought process more than your keyword, more than the correctness of the answer. I'm more interested in the why. If your thought process is interesting, we're very happy to put one of our seniors to mentor you a bit before you go to a project manager so that you get hired. Because we as a company would want people with good thought process to get hired. But again, end of the day, our project lead is supposed to approve the candidate. So the moment we as a HR department are convinced that you're representing a good thought process, I mean, you're bringing a good thought process, then we help you a bit in improving your assignment, and then we put you in touch with the project lead so that you get hired by the project lead. So what we would look forward to is an assignment with a very good thought process in it. What is a very good thought process? You explain your rationale over why you've done it. You explain your rationale of the entire portfolio, and you incorporate these 5 ideas into your keywords.
Hi, Tarun, can you please repeat again what's the deadline for this project?
Again, no questions about deadlines and all stuff. Please, questions about the assignment.
All
Yeah.
right.
Questions about the assignment. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, Gunjan, please go.
So this assignment is for 12th Wonder, right? For the company 12th Wonder.
Yeah, this is for the growth hacker search engine marketer role, which we are hiring.
Yeah, but the keywords are, I mean, we need to find keywords.
Keywords are for that hypothetical company which is given to you, right?
That is 12th Wonder, right?
No. There's a hypothetical company given to you.
ClickUp or Jira.
You're supposed to promote a B2B SaaS project management solution.
All right.
And in this one, you're supposed to promote something called QualiSaaS, which is a SaaS platform which has helped the manufacturing companies in improving their compliance to safety norms. The reason why all this information is given to you is we'd like to see how you use this information to define your keywords and your copy. I told you, I've given you a brief of what is the strength of the company and what the company was able to deliver for its clients. How do you leverage that to drive traffic? It's a hypothetical company, not 12th Wonder.
Hello, Tarun. Even I have a question to ask.
Hmm.
Okay, I understood the task 1. So while you were giving the summary about task 2, my internet was quite a bit, it was laggy. So I did not understand it quite well. That what does CPC add copy? What does it mean, and what we have to fill in that?
As in, what is the copy, right? What is the line you're going to write? Do you want to improve? Is your software getting delayed? Would you like a solution? You put
Okay.
the punchline, right, along with the ad. That's the copy.
Okay.
And again, you've got hints here, right? Would you'd want to use the language that the customers would relate to, right? If the customers don't relate to your language, your traffic falls down. So for example, if I'm running an ad and you're looking for a pastry, if I say that, are you looking for a pastry with low, I quote some chemical and say low, this chemical levels.
Yeah, I get it.
Get turned off and you'd probably not click that ad, right?
Yeah.
But if I talk the language that you are, the kind of words and the kind of expression that you relate with, the cost per click would be lower.
Yeah.
Next, are your hooks aspirational? As in, whatever hook you're baiting people through a hook, right? You're using something to get their attention. Is that hook powerful enough to get attention? Is something you want to think. And you want a strong call to action, right? You tell people what they're supposed to do next in your ad. Then, are you targeting the right segment? With when you know whom you're targeting, your call to action and your message has to be diverted towards the people you're targeting. And you don't want your copy to be too long. You want it to be crisp. Now, all of this is super important in search engine marketing. If you've done some basic reading about search engine marketing, I'm sure you'd learn these basics, that your language matters, your call to action is brutal. I mean, you get your call to action wrong, you get your entire campaign wrong. Your user reads the ad, your user likes the ad, but your user doesn't know what to do next. So that's a call to action. If you don't know what's a call to action, you can go Google, read about what's a call to action and figure out what's a good call to action and figure out how to implement a good call to action. And understand who is the person you're targeting through the ad. When you know who the person is, try to write the language which the person will relate to, try to use a hook that the person would, get attracted to, and offer some value, how you will make that person's life better. And you want that ad to be very simple.
Okay.
So copy as in that line, right? That punch line which you're going to write. And you guys can always use ChatGPT, right? Give a prompt to ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT, I've got a client who's a B2B enterprise SaaS client. This client needs an improvement in the quality. Give me a punchline which will convey this. You can use prompts of ChatGPT. What we are interested in is your thought process, right? So your thought process is reflected in the prompts that you give ChatGPT. I mean, at DeepThought, all our marketeers use ChatGPT. I mean, even our software developers are constantly on ChatGPT trying to optimize the code and so on. So it's okay if you use ChatGPT, but we'd want to understand your thought process. Okay, I see a few videos have gone off. Sorry, but I'll have to remove you guys from the meet. Yeah, next question.
And by the way, Tarun, are we going to get a copy about this video on WhatsApp or somewhere?
Yeah, we'll send that via intern, Shala. We'll upload
thank
to YouTube and send it by tomorrow morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Those of you with videos off will be removed from the meet. Those of you with videos off will be removed from the meet. You're the next one with a question. Please go in and ask the question. Any questions regarding the assignment?
I understood both the tasks. I'm just still stuck up on the companies, even the hypothetical companies we need to pick up.
Yeah, so we've given you a something like I'm saying, it's something like I'm telling you, ki, there's a company which makes great pastries. The pastries are very fluffy and the pastries are very sweet. I want you to drive traffic for this company.
So basically a manufacturing company.
I said it makes pastries, food and beverages. Yeah. So this company makes pastries. It's very fluffy. This company, the pastries are very sweet. Can you drive traffic for it? So is this a real company? No, it's a hypothetical company. Now, why would I give you a hypothetical company? I want to know your thought process. Because if I have to give you the real details of my client, I have to give proprietary information of my client, right? Which I'm not allowed to. If you're hired by me, you sign an NDA, then the client would probably allow me to show the details to you, right? That's why I've given you a hypothetical company, because I'm not allowed to share the details of my client.
So for task 1, you have mentioned ClickUp and Jira. So
no, I said it's a B2B SaaS project management solution. I said something like ClickUp and Jira. I did not say it is ClickUp or Jira.
Yeah, something.
Right? It's a hypothetical company. Again, why would I give somebody a hypothetical company? Again, to assess the thought process. Somebody who's very rigid might find it difficult to, solve a hypothetical problem. We're trying to look at individuals who are comfortable with looking at different scenarios and analyzing scenarios. Ajinkya, it's extremely casual to be attending a formal meeting in this kind of a setup. Yeah. Anybody else has a question regarding the assignments? Please go ahead. Okay, I'll count up to 5. There are no more questions. I'm happy to close the meet. Okay, let me summarize this because this video is being recorded for those who could not make it. We're looking for a young search engine marketer with the ability to market a highly disruptive SaaS product. Now, this is a product which is being used by industry leaders, but the business that the company has been able to generate till today is largely organic. They've got it from their network, which means that the digital presence and the digital marketing efforts are still being built up. So the person who's going to be hired is going to set up a lot of processes, not just, take on existing processes. So we'd want a really creative person who can build things from the scratch. The person would be reporting to, a project lead who has very rich experience in the industry. The project lead's LinkedIn profile is also shared in the assignment link. So we've given 2 assignments to evaluate the quality of your thought process. So the why part is, being studied very carefully. Those candidates who've got very interesting thought process are the ones who would be considered for this particular role. There are various hints and various, angles to think which are given on the right side. The candidates who ignore that angle will probably not be preferred because that shows lack of coachability. If I've given you hints and you're not able to use the hints, it shows lack of coachability. And let me tell you, 90% of the candidates in the market are not coachable. They say, give me 1 chance, I will learn. But point is, you give them 1,000 chances, they can never learn. We want those individuals who are coachable. Now, how am I assessing if you're coachable? I've already given you the hints. Go through those hints carefully. I've given you the explanation through this video. Go through this video carefully, understand what the hints are, and bring the thought process into your assignment. You'd like to use ChatGPT, most welcome. As long as you're able to think analytically, as long as you're able to bring very good thought process into this assignment, that's fantastic. Because even if you're hired for this role, and we probably encourage you to use a lot of AI tools to, increase your efficiency and, bring very good output to our client. So that's task 1, where you talk about the keyword that you'd use, talk about why you use that keyword, and talk about your holistic strategy as well. Not just the keyword in isolation, but your holistic strategy of how you made it very diversified, so that even if 1 or 2 keywords don't work, the other keywords work, where you're mixing up some niche keywords with high volume keywords and so on. So what multiple hints were given there. As far as task 2 is concerned, we'd want you to write a copy where we understand how you arrive at a copy. Now, if your English skills are not great, that's fine, because you can always use ChatGPT to fine tune copy by giving good prompts to ChatGPT around how you want the, copy to be, right? So that's what we're assessing in task 2. There are again 5 hints given in task 2. You can go through those hints to improve the quality of your assignment of task 2. So in a nutshell, we're looking to see the quality of thought process that you guys bring in into the assignment. And after completing the assignment, you guys can complete the video reflection process. And after the video reflection process, you'll be invited to observation. And the ones who complete the observation would be helped in improving the quality of your assignment. And then you'll be put to the project lead. So the HR team observes your behaviors in terms of your learning drive and so on. And then the project lead looks at your thought process and your ability to execute these keywords. If the HR team and the project lead both are convinced, that's when you're hired. So, if you want me to save your time, if you're not passionate about search engine marketing and you're doing this just for a career, don't follow the selection process, because we're going to assess you at multiple levels. There are 4 rounds of screening. So only the passionate ones will eventually make it. So take up this process if you think this is something that drives you, right? That you want to figure out creative ways of driving traffic, creative ways of influencing people's decisions, then I think we're looking for you. And we hope you'll learn a lot through the selection process, and looking forward to hiring 2, very enthusiastic youngsters in the next 4 to 5 days. Thank you, everyone. You can submit your assignments and we'll see you in the observation process.